That's just her baby daddy. Trying to see if she's seeing somebody. She said, let's take a break. He didn't want to take a break. Now he's spying on her.
Go from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then Antarctica without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network. Hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems.
I've never seen in my whole life seen so many music stars start normal and then start looking like satanic. And that's when I was really like, this is tripping me out.
Right.
Pop people. Doja Cat. She's a nice girl from the valley. Sam Smith. Justin Timberlake's last video. And I talked to a lot of people in the music business, and they talk about how the frequency of music changed in the early 40s to different megahertz and how it can be hypnotic.
Right there. Stop hiring humans. Are AIs really the Anunnaki? Are NPCs really a separate breed of alien? Are they cross-hybrid with the Anunnaki? Keeping in mind that I believe the Anunnaki are the fallen angels, because the devil is the master liar. He lied to those early humans and said, oh, we're from outer space. No, you from another dimension. You got thrown out of heaven. But that's too deep. Let's keep going.
I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with babies in foster care and children that have been...
Not the point. What I'm saying...
That's really...
This is Blue Dress Lady for La Noisette. She had never heard of this. That's Blue Dress Lady. She got punched, and well, I'm gonna just let it play.
What's wrong with you?
You have a... So these are the women raising this next generation of men to basically hit whoever they feel like hitting and be emotional. If he want to, he can hit your daughter because she said something he ain't like. Oh well, you's a strong, independent woman because I protect my woman from women like you. Did you see all of the women in the comments who were pro this lady with the blue dress getting punched in her face? If a woman can do everything that a man can do, you too can get punched in your face by another woman or by a man, because a man can get drinks thrown on him and he just got to deal with it. Welcome to America, like Glover said in just before COVID. What was it, 2018? Welcome to it.
The whole show on Zeus was a humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying?
I like that terminology.
Yeah, it was a humiliation ritual. Zeus is in love with Greek mythology. Greek mythology is demonic in a real way. But that's what piqued my interest, right? Zeus Network changed my name from Pied Piper to Pipe. No, from Pipe Piper, right?
Yeah.
They said Pipe.
Yeah, Pipe Piper.
Because you know I'm a licensed plumber.
Yeah.
They changed it to Pied Piper, right? So that sparked my interest. I said, what the f*** is a Pied Piper?
Yeah.
Why the f*** are they calling me that? Right? So I Googled Pied Piper. The Pied Piper is Greek mythology. A guy that led 130 children to their death.
Yeah.
Okay, couple of things to unpack here. First thing, the guy talking, y'all know that's Aaron the plumber. The dude on the side standing like he in the interview, like just looking at you, seeing if you paying attention or not. This is the guy that I got this particular clip from. I don't think he made this clip, and I think a lot of content creators are mad, that like the younger ones, they're mad that older people figured that out. But there wasn't much to figure out, YN. It's not rocket science, and I'm sorry that you thought it was very intelligent or you was hacking the system, but you're not that bright. And we're not making fun of you that you're not that bright. Just deal with it that the game is the game. And you got to charge it to the game.
Only 3 survived. One was dumb, one was deaf, one was blind. You feel me? And one survived because they went to go get their coat. You feel me? When the Pied Piper was leaving, and they came back and the Pied Piper was gone. So 4 children survived. Out of 100.
This is not the way to do content, bro. Why you making me mad and uncomfortable? He just staring at you. Man, you stop looking like a sexual predator, bro.
So I'm thinking,
golly.
like, what the? Why would these people? But I didn't really knocked out search, nigga. On my mama, the nigga didn't really kick these teeth out their mouth in prison. You know what I'm saying? Why the would they? My name.
He shook his head like he damn sure did. He did. Relax, man.
You feel me? That's what I'm thinking. So that should consume my every thought. And after I started investigating the Greek mythology, I noticed that all the contestants on the Zeus Network.
You look like a sweet bodyguard, bro. I swear to God, his bodyguard name is Sugar Cookie. Hey, yo, Sugar Cookie! Yo, get him, man.
Show had Greek mythology names that trace back to Greek mythology. It's demonic. It was a satanic ritual. You know what I'm saying? When she slapped me, it's called the slap of a mitten. Right? In a real way. She slapped.
You messing up the whole clip, man. Oh my God.
That means she was marking me for death, bruh. And I don't give a I'm gonna say it on camera, bruh.
Marketing for death. You heard him? Did you get this from the Ken Peele skit? where Peele was looking at the camera and they said, "What do you have to say?" He said, Who, me? Oh, nothing.
They was gonna sacrifice me. Oh, mamas. They was gonna sacrifice me, but when Erica Mena slapped me, I got up out of there. I called the police on her. I filed a police report on her, and now they satanic ritual. You know what I'm saying? Get on TikTokery and look at all the people that's exposing Zeus for the demonic entities that they worship. But that's
everyone needs to pay attention to what's happening in China right now, because for countries like the United States, it is terrifying. You see, for a while now, cheap shit from China has been the perception of products coming out of the country. And for years, while companies like Tesla blew up, there was a real hesitation to buy Chinese cars. However, fast forward just 5 short years, China has exploded to become the world's largest car producer and exporter in the world. That graph is unbelievable. In fact, last year, China sold 50% more cars abroad than the next largest exporter. Their largest car company, BYD, is now also overtaking Tesla, the world.
Let me just set this up. If you already know the problems America is having with China, China is the new America as far as superpower. I don't say I believe it. I'm saying this is the ruckus they're trying to stir up in the media. You know, if that's true, and TikTok is owned by China, I guess, or something like that. If that's true, then that would mean that, you know, China is, you know, the new superpower or the emerging superpower. These cars are a lot cheaper than Tesla cars. That's what he's talking about.
Most valuable car company in both revenue and sales. And it's only expected to get even crazier, because BYD's new EV factory will span 50 square miles. That's an area larger than the city of San Francisco. And that's a level of production that most simply can't compete with. The thing is, it's not just electric cars. This long game approach that China started working on 15 years ago is seemingly all kicking in now. Just this week, China's flying taxis were granted the world's first operation certificate.
And I got a clip on an upcoming video of Speed being over there in China, pardon me, flying one of these flying cars. It's like, it's all over TikTok how Speed is in China flying these cars. They got a car that like floats on water. Literally, Speed is driving in a car that's floating on water. How significant would a car like that have been with all the floods going on in Missouri, Kentucky, and various places around the world? I mean, if you don't get burnt to death, at least you can float over the flooding, right? These cars are out right now and have been for a while. Can we get them in America? Nah, because the tariffs just kicked in. Surprisingly, the tariffs just kicked in. But then now Donald Trump, and I don't got no smoke with Donald Trump, because he's not even in charge. The people behind him is the people who's in charge. The shadow elite government, they're in charge. The Anunnaki, if you will. He said, I'm going to suspend the tariffs for 90 days. So it's like they create the problem, then they come and they save the problem, and then you're like, like Donald Trump saved us from all of this LBJTQ nonsense that Kamala Harris would have implemented on the American people, and eventually the world. But that was always the play, to bring Donald Trump in, because so many people didn't want Donald Trump. Yay, we got him out. Then they gave you, the powers that be, they gave you this lady that was like, I want everybody to be gay, and you should just be okay with that. And then we're going to get rid of the population. Then our children can have clean water. There's a clip of her saying that. Then everybody was like, oh, I don't want to be gay just to have clean water. Population control. Shorty, what are you talking about? Let's bring Donald Trump back. But that was always their play. That's why this is significant. That's why this is creepy, because look at all of these working parts just to do what? Get you to think there's several gods to worship? I don't know, because you got to worship the devil before you can be. I can't be in rap unless I worship the devil. Your beats, you're never going to get mainstream unless you worship the devil. Why? If you know what? Don't even worry about it.
For context, that is the final regulatory green light that they needed to start flying, meaning autonomous air taxi services will begin this year in China. This year! China also built the planet's largest high-speed rail network, which is 48,000 kilometers of track in just 15 years. But here's where things get interesting, because Joe Biden attributed China's meteoric rise to unfair business. And hear me out, because he's kind of got a valid point. You see, unlike companies in the West, which are separate from the government, in China, they're kind of not. This means that if the CCP wants to become the world's leader when it comes to cars, they can pour massive amounts of money into companies like BYD. This allows those private companies to rapidly expand in scale, to have aggressively lower prices than the competition, to have reduced financial risk because they've literally got the Chinese government behind them, and then ultimately, as a result, can flood the global market with cars that are not just cheaper than the competition, but more technologically advanced too. And the thing is, consumers don't
not just cheaper than the competition, also more technologically advanced. Why can't I have one of these cars again? Because of, I thought this was what do they call it? Capitalism. Capitalism seems to only work for capitalists. If you got the right complexion for the protection, right? You know what? Don't even worry about it.
Care about how a company has arrived to the final product. If it's better and cheaper, most likely it'll just be bought. And that's why the United States and many other countries around the world have implemented up to 100% tariffs on Chinese cars to make them more expensive. Because if they just sat back and let them flood the market, local companies simply couldn't compete, because it's not just an unlevel playing field, it's a whole separate playing field altogether. And that's the tricky problem that we're at now. Consumers in the West are seeing the stuff coming out of China and are asking their government why they are purposefully not allowing them to have it, especially during the cost of living crisis that we're currently in. But the question is, what do you think? Is it fair for a government to protect their local companies from unfair business, kind of like how we break up monopolies? Or should markets simply be left to decide winners and losers naturally?
I don't think men are good people. Wait, you think that now? All men. I don't think they're good people. Why not?
Whenever I hear a woman say that, that means you don't think your son is a good person. Just innately. You don't think your father's a good person. You don't think any old people are good people. You think only women are good. This is called sexism. This has been allowed in the country. This has been promoted and pushed in the country, which was a part of the play to make you beg for Donald Trump to be back in. I actually like Donald Trump. He been rocking with black people all the way back since I first remember him. All of the black stars, he was rocking with them. When hip hop was like becoming mainstream, he was one of the people who embraced it. Go Google it. So I never had a problem with Donald Trump. I don't think hip hop culture ever had a problem with Donald Trump. Many rappers have made Donald Trump their punchline. Don't Raekwon the Chef got a line in one of his songs called "Check Out the Black Trump"? Yeah, in Incarcerated Scarfaces, there's a line where he says, "Guess who's the Black Trump?" Something like that. So we never had a problem with Trump. This is more of the propaganda. So when Trump supporters come over here and they be like, shut up, Duke, shut up. Ben was liking Trump when you had a problem with him being friends with Mike Tyson. Ooh, you forgot that, didn't you? You forgot that, didn't you bitch ass nigga? Yes, you did. You forgot the rap was endorsing all of these hip-hop artists, and you had a problem with that. I remember. I was alive then, dummy. Shut up. It's just they needed. It's, you know what? We're gonna get into it. Let's keep
For
going.
men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of like cheating. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah, I've cheated.
So a man is bad for cheating, but you alright for cheating.
So
Okay.
you're like really pretty. You're beautiful. In fact, you're like stunning. Okay. Not only that, but you have amazing qualities. And now this reading is going to be about those amazing.
Let's stop right there. Now I played this because isn't that exactly what the manipulator does? Isn't this what a man who's finna cheat on you does? Isn't this what a serial cheater says? He loves bomb you. Is that not what this girl just did? Or do you want to just believe the lie? You want to believe you're really pretty. You want to believe you probably are really pretty. But why am I just saying that to you right off the rip? Because women, don't that get on your nerves when a dude be like, "Ooh, you're so pretty"? You be like, ah, in your mind, why is it okay if she do it? She's saying all this to get some change out of you, but it's me. But I'm the problem, all right? She's not a terrible person because she's trying to manipulate you and take your money, trying to make your credit bad. She's not. She's not a charlatan. She's not a scam artist. She really got powers. She can really see the future. The fuck out of here. That's such a diss to the people who actually do have telepathy and all of that type of stuff. You don't. Where's the ugly tarot card girls? You know you wouldn't get no business. Don't even worry about it though.
Qualities. What makes you stand out? What makes you different from the rest? Okay, so we're gonna go over that with the cards. Okay, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Yeah, you make people feel very insecure about themselves, you know what I mean? And that's not your fault, by the way, okay? You are not in charge of how people feel and stuff like that, okay? That's on them. That's not on you. They feel very insecure around you, and what I'm sensing is that comes with a lot of people wanting to talk about you or try and put you down, trying to change you, or just make you feel like you're not enough, okay? Mind you, these people are so jealous of you, okay? I really hope you know that. I really hope that's obvious. Hi, Muffin. Sorry, my dog.
Who lies the most, men or women? I think we lie equally the same amount. It's just that men want to believe the lie. Coming from women. Men, we don't want to believe the lie from men. And women don't want to believe the lie when it's coming from a man, a certain man. But I think we lie the same amount. That's a part of the divide and conquer, in my opinion.
Dog is, you know, yeehawing and stuff like that. People tend to want to talk about you a lot because you have a lot going for you. And their lives are boring, okay? So these haters that, like, talk about you, talk smack about you, whatever, kumbaya, talk about how terrible you are, whatever you know, don't listen to them because they literally just want to be you so bad. But they can't. They know they can't. All right, so what else? Okay, so I pulled the moon card and the sun card together. Shut up, I love that for you. So basically what that means, talk about the moon first. You are deeply connected.
Have we never thought that these tarot card girls could be like the Las Vegas card sharks? They know how to pull certain cards out of the deck. This is a skill that anybody can learn. There's tutorials on how to do this stuff right on YouTube right now. So did she pull the moon card out on purpose, talking about, oh, the stars did this? I don't know.
You're deeply connected to yourself. You're deeply connected to the universe around you. And with the sun, you are just a light. You are a light to the world. You are truly a gift to the world. You have healer energy. People tend to be very attracted to you. I'm not even...
Fellas, I'm playing this whole thing so you should understand the woman that you're getting in a relationship with. She's either visiting these types of women, or she's one of these types of women, or she believes in the same tenements that these types of women believe in. This is very charlatanesque. It's like she's selling me snake oil. Why would you want to be with a woman like that? Especially if we're going to adhere to what the woman before her said, which is men aren't good people and all that type of stuff. The kind of men that she's talking about say things like this, just they don't frame it within tarot. Or maybe they do. So fellas, We need to pay attention to that, because in that day, 7 women will take hold of 1 man. What if one of the 7 is like this?
And just talking about romantically, but like in all aspects, like people just love your energy, and you're very adaptable. You can be friends with just like anybody. You can make friends with any person. You are a friend to everybody, basically. You know what I mean? And that's why, like I said earlier, people are so threatened by that, because most people can't do that. They don't have the ability to. You have that. And I love that for you. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Reversed 10 of Pentacles, the reversed 9 of Cups. You know what's so funny? What I'm sensing from these cards is that there were times where people underestimated you and you proved them wrong. And that's so, I love that for you. That's so funny to me, because like, you know, they didn't think you were going to be all that, or maybe even have a glow up or anything like that. And then you did anyway, because you can do anything, you know what I mean? And you prove people wrong all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and I love that for you. I love that for you. Good. Last 2 cards, I have the World card and I have the Ace of Wands card. You give main character energy. You really do. You know what I mean? You know how like the main character just obviously stands out, has like these amazing qualities and stuff like that, whatever. You give main character energy. You do not give side character energy or background character energy. You give main energy, because you're iconic, because you're amazing, because you're a baddie, obviously. And I love that for you. You're setting trends. And you also like with what you do, you make people feel like, you know, they think, okay, so when people see you, they're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. You're very inspiring. You know what I mean?
I just want to emphasize, this is not a live reading. This is a lady just saying a bunch of random words on her TikTok page to the camera. It's very universal. So anyone with who's weak-minded can hear this and think that this person is talking to them. A guy once told me, we as humans, we're 1 heartbreak away from the insane asylum. And that's the thing about freestyle. It's going to be mistakes. But anyway, all of us, we're 1 heartbreak away from the insane asylum. Which means if you can't get over that breakup, you can't get over that death in your family, you can't get over the heartbreak of losing that job, you're gonna go crazy. The mind is a very powerful thing, but it's also very fragile. I think the mind, when mixed with the emotions, very, very fragile. It can be, unless you have the Almighty helping you. You know what I'm saying? And this lady saying this stuff, let's say you just had a real turbulent breakup, a breakup from a real turbulent relationship, and you really cared for this person, and you run into somebody hearing this, it's like they're love bombing you, and you will give this person your credit card number, right? If you want to believe this stuff. So that's why I'm playing this whole thing, because I think a lot of us men, we don't even know the inner workings, the outer workings of it. We just know that a girl is into this cosmic, crystals, the power of the universe, astrology, and all of that stuff. And a lot of people will try to tell you that's God, and I don't believe it is.
I mean, and that's what I mean when I say iconic. Obviously, iconic because you're sexy, but iconic because you teach people that they can live their lives too, that they can be themselves too, and it's better to do that. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. Who you are is beautiful. What you have going for you is beautiful. Please don't ever forget that. And again, with the whole haters thing, talking shit about you, it just means you're doing something right. And also their lives are boring and they don't know what else to do except for talk about other people's lives. Sad but true. Anyways, that's the reading. I hope that helped.
How does one get possessed?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the 2 biggest ways are dabbling in the occult.
What does that mean?
Playing with demonic things, Ouija boards, going to a psychic, tarot cards, or actual occult worship of the devil. Those are pretty much immediate open doors that you're going to have demons come right in.
Psychics are demonic.
They're not channeling your dead relatives. Well, the psychic told me my mother shared this with me when I was 10, and nobody ever knew that but us. So it has to be my mom, except for the demons in the room, who also heard it. And now they're impersonating your mother.
Wow.
They can put up a good show. They can also place thoughts in our minds, and they can manipulate our emotions. And when you have that...
Now let's throw the race thing in there, because the race thing was thrown in there to discredit people who are going to tell you the truth. All that stuff I said, don't believe me. Now a Catholic preacher is telling you. We're going to throw the race and the religious thing in there. Don't believe this black dude. He don't know nothing. He don't know Jesus. Now you listen to him. You believe he know Jesus, right? Now he said it. Now what you got to say about this lady telling you all this weird tarot stuff, and then the woman before her saying men aren't good people. If you listen to her, because this dude's a man, he's not a good person, right? So therefore, why listen to him? Why not get back into tarot cards? But why do they so much want you to not believe that there is a God? But at the same time, you can't get 100,000 racks on a regular basis unless you worship the devil. That don't make sense. What do you mean there's peanut butter but no jelly? What do you mean there's pepper but there's no salt? How? What do you mean there's night but there's no day? That don't make sense. And stop trying to make it make sense. That's a part of why you don't got 1 million subscribers. But once you kiss the devil's booty hole, oh, you're going to shoot to the top.
Trifecta, the person is 100% believes it's their mother.
This is a message from an OG lesbian. The acronym LGBTQ+ is not a representation of a united community, but the strategic forced teaming of the LGB with the TQ+ that serves a dark agenda to rebrand sexual fetishes and disorders as sexual orientations. For what was once a legitimate civil rights movement, gay rights, has been hijacked quite literally by the TQ+ and used as a Trojan horse to mainstream their degeneracy. First, we have the untouchable Ts, the trans cult, who want to sterilise children with puberty blockers, turn all homosexuals into surgical simulations of straight people, and destroy women's rights to enable men's fetishes. Then we have the Qs, young men feminised by sissy porn, furries and pups who fetishise bestiality, and even adult babies who fetishise infancy are all accepted and protected by the rainbow umbrella that magically transforms all scrutiny into bigotry. But the thing that requires the most scrutiny is the unspecified plus at the end, a placeholder for what's coming next. MAPS, or minor attracted people, a euphemism that is already being used to describe pedophiles.
So those of you from other creepy TikToker channels who stumbled across here, because YouTube just shows all of our content to everybody. LGB, those are the old school gay people that we all know and love and remember. We probably got a few family members that are LGB. I got 2 family members that I know. One family member was a girl. I remember her as my younger cousin, and we became adults. I ain't see her for years. And now she's my younger, cousin that's a guy. Straight up dude, I guess. And you just gotta roll with it. I don't dislike her. Then I got my other cousin that I remember her being a girl. And I don't know what, because we was kids. I don't know what she liked. Grew up, she got a whole girlfriend. Okay, you gonna be at church on Sunday? I'll show it. Okay, come on. And those are the people. But it's the TQ+. That is, what is that about? That is what DEI is. DEI is the TQ+. They just mixed it with black people to make you think like black people are the veil, the covering, the force field, if you will. Oh, you're being racist. No. They're trying to sneak in the TQ+. I'm not saying that you should have a problem with them. I'm saying, why you need to be covert about it? If it's truthful, what you need to be sneaky about it for? Just bring it on out like that. And that's what this lady is saying.
Who are waiting in the wings for their time to shine. Because the LGBTQ+ sexual psyop is not about promoting tolerance of diversity. It's about grooming society to accept depravity. And as an L, I renounce all association with it and the LGBs who are accessories to the fact. And I urge you to do the same and join the movement for LGB without the TQ+, because we need to divorce people and we need it stat.
You know the world is about to take a crazy turn when they start doing unexplainable shit with technology. So Kawasaki, you know Kawasaki, the motorcycle company, just released their new motorcycle. And let me say this, it's not a motorcycle. Matter of fact, look at this shit. And as you can see, it looks like a motorcycle, but it has 4 legs. What the hell do you need a motorcycle with 4 legs for?
Didn't we all see that movie Axel, AXL? It was one of these, an electronic dog that was really some military whatever, and this dude found it. Remember? That movie came out in 2018. It sucked, but it wasn't a movie. It was an advertisement for this, right? Or is this just AI? You never know.
Fully functionable legs. And let me just say this, you could do way more shit with this than you can with a motorcycle. Look at this shit right here. So you telling me they're not getting ready for something? This new robot horse doesn't take gas. It doesn't take batteries either. It's fueled by hydrogen, which means it's gonna last way longer than a motorcycle.
It does low-key look like AI. But then I've also heard they let AI come out so that when they actually do real stuff, you'll be like, man, that's AI. But it's really happening. So who knows?
For whatever they want you to use it for. Yeah, okay. And they're saying this could be controlled the same way you control a motorcycle. But they also specified it's used for lifting things. I wonder what they plan on lifting with it. Because who's running up mountains with a robotic horse? Now what they're saying is they don't have a price for it out yet. But it's not going to be cheap. So most likely it might be in a $100,000 range and up. Will you cop it? Pay attention.
I'm bored, so these are my favorite conspiracy theories. Deja vu not being a memory, but instead a glitch in the simulation and you syncing up with your alternate self. Same thing with memory. If you remember something completely different than everybody else, then you're remembering your alternate's memory. The government controls the Mandela effect to see how easily they can manipulate our memory in real time. The Library of Alexandria was destroyed out of fear of the people learning too much, but they saved some of the material and that's what they are keeping in the Vatican archives. Bob Ross is a serial unaliver, his paintings of the locations of where he committed his crimes. The Denver International Airport is a meeting point for the higher elites. Pharma has the cure to major illnesses, but make more money off of daily treatments than they would a one-time cure, so they will never release it. 300 years of history is fabricated. There's something going on in the cave systems. The map speaks for itself. Earth is a prison planet, and my all-time favorite, men invented arm wrestling so they had an excuse to hold hands and look into each other's eyes without being judged.
Maybe.
Do you guys think this is a travel? Watch this in slow motion and tell me, do you think this is a travel?
1, 2,
I've been
3,
watching the NBA
4.
for so many years I can't even count, and I have never seen this much traveling in my life. Like,
LeBron James fans, I know you believe criticism is hatred. That's just because you was raised by your single independent mother, and she is skilled at gaslighting people and telling them that their criticisms of her are hatred. And then if you don't agree and she turns on the tears, everybody feels sorry. So you learned that from her. Okay, that's not the way the world works. LeBron James is a traveler. You can Google this. He's got something called the crab dribble. When he first did it and everybody first saw it, immediately it was called for a travel. He walked. He tried to tell people that wasn't traveling. It was just a crab dribble. Nah, dude. And then later on, and there was a whole segment on ESPN. I might do a video on it. I might. Where they were talking and all the people everybody on the panel was laughing and saying, yeah, that was a travel. The other team said it was a travel. The people on LeBron's team said it was a travel. Somebody called in. I think Jalen Rose called in and was like, yeah, that's a travel, man. In 2009, they instituted the gather step. So they're telling you that this is a gather step. That's a travel. That's one of the many rules they changed for LeBron James. What does that have to do with single independent women? They'll change rules for their son and make him think it's okay to be a bitch. And everybody else is just upset at his greatness. How many of us men have dated a girl, 20, 21, 22 years old? She already got a son. I've broke up with girls because of the way she wasn't disciplining her kid. And I was about to leave my wife. This is a true story. My wife told me about the game that women be playing. Because I remember I told her, I said, I don't really like women. I don't know. She said, what? What you mean you don't like women? You know, we dating. She don't know me. So, you know, what you mean you don't like women? What you mean by that? I said, I don't mean I don't like them. But it's like, it's something about them. I don't really trust them. That's why as a man, I got to walk a thin line between Romeo and serial killer when I'm dealing with women. Months after we had that conversation, she said, you know this thing you said about girls? You're right. And this is the thing that girls be doing, this and this. Because my wife is really, really into psychology. She's not a psychologist. She just likes psychology. And a lot of women, they do. True crime and all that stuff. I was like, yo, so you mean to tell me all of us men, we're not imagining it? It really is what it looks like to us? This looks like a travel. He really is traveling? Wait a minute, dude. You got to tell your son this. And she said, I'm not telling my son this. Are you crazy? I'll never tell my son that. This is my wife that y'all be seeing on this channel. I said, what do you mean? And I didn't even know her son. He's only 3 years old. I said, what do you mean you're not going to tell him? Nah, because he might use this information to harm the next girl. I said, are you stupid? You see what I'm going through with my baby mothers? You think your son not going to go through that? And you're admitting that women be having baby mother meetings? You've been to them before? The only problem is she's a South Korean, and that's not how those women do it over there. She been to American women baby mother meetings, Gloria Steinem, I don't need a man meetings, where these women are conspiring. It's a conspiracy to take your kid from you, get child support from you, just totally mess up your life. You've been to those meetings and you don't want to tell your son? We had like an hour-long argument. And at the end, I was like, I don't never want to see you again. Get out of my house. I don't want to see you. Leave. Go back to your crib. And it was me threatening to, but I was serious about it. I don't want to be with no tarot card, bro. That's evil. That's demonic. This is a human being. Y'all are having meetings, plotting on kids, plotting on guys. The kid is not even a human being. It's an object. It's a bag. And you know this? Get out of my life. I never want to see you again. I ain't yelling and scream. I was just adamant. Get away from me. Use an absolute demon has control of your body. Get from around me. And that's what made her be like, okay, all right. Then she started really using her mind and being like, yeah, I guess that is kind of foul. That is foul. Then she started telling her son. But think if I wasn't around. Think of all the other guys who aren't around their kids. Their mothers are manipulating these dudes' mind. The little dude to think he's A, B, and C. So then you come out being like LeBron James. I'm the best ever, but I need more help. I'm the best ever, but we lost. It's not my fault. It's the Waterboy's fault. It's the third best player on my team. It's his fault. It's the coach's fault. It's the management's fault. It's Michael Jordan's fault. It's the 90s. It's the 90s fault. That I lost because of the 90s. It's their fault. And that's what the powers that be are pushing with LeBron James. LeBron James is a psyop. LeBron is pushing I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. He is. But the people behind him are pushing the lack of accountability of young men. Why would they need to push that? Because if you're not accountable as a young man, that makes a woman not want to be with you. What's the best way to break up a family? Stop it before it even starts. Shout out to Gloria Steinem, who has came out and admitted, yes, I am a CIA operative. Feminism is a psyop. Yes, it is. Let's keep going.
Hey, do the rest even look for traveling anymore? We're gonna slow it down even better so you could count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, just all he needs is a suitcase, Just take his bags, because I guess you don't really have to dribble anymore in today's...
The following recording was captured at a funeral home and was saved to their CCTV system. It depicts their night security guard making his rounds in the building as he does nightly. several times an hour. He says that he didn't see anything out of the ordinary that night except for the fact that one room felt colder than the others. Lucky for us, it is the same room caught on tape in this video. As they checked the footage the next morning, they saw something bone-chilling. Watch what happens.
Alright, that's not a ghost. That's a kid that he told, okay, it's okay to come out now, let's go. Gross. That's gross. But that doesn't look like an apparition. That looked like you got something else going on, dude. You need to be in cell block A, is what that looks like. And that's the kids running away. Like, no, I don't want to do it. You said it was Disneyland. He's like, oh, it is Disneyland. Just not in the way you thought, little youngin'. Yeah. Gross, by the way. Gross.
A boy seems to materialize out of thin air and follow the guard into the other room.
Oh, did he come out of the wall? Wait, hold on. I didn't see that. Hold on. I think it's his rotund body that made me say, oh, this dude can't get no girls. Of course he like little kids. But did this thing come out of the wall? Oh, snap, it did.
A boy seems to materialize out of thin air and follow the guard into the other room. A bit later in the video, we see him disappear back into the same corner he mysteriously appeared from. Is it possible their CCTV cameras captured a spirit of a boy that night?
It's possible.
Look how good this nigga looks as a bitch.
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what...
Wait. When I first saw this clip, because I've used a clip with her saying something before, I said, I thought she was a man. But he wasn't even talking about her.
What you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep.
Look at this right here.
Let me go back so you can get the full magnitude of how, I'm not going to say despicable, but trickery-fied this whole situation is.
Look how good this nigga looks as a bitch.
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep.
Look at this right here. This is straight. So because we want to see what you look like without makeup, means that we just can't afford you. This right here is why we need to see you without makeup.
Well, this is one reason why. This is an extreme reason why. I want to see what you look like without makeup because you're going to be mostly walking around me without makeup. And I want to see if you're worth dealing with because you're selling me on your looks. I don't know your personality. When I saw you, I wasn't like, ooh, I bet I could take long walks on the beach with her. I said, no, she got a fat old this, and that's a juicy looking, and goodness gracious, her hair looks long and luscious. Then you do this like LeBron. Is this what LeBron is doing? He's putting on one of his hair hats? Is this what he's doing? I feel like he is. He's putting on a hair hat. It's a crown. Dude, that's a braided wig that he's putting on, man. Don't LeBron wear a toupee? Yes, you do, LeBron. Let it go. So, this is just an extreme version of why I want to see you without your makeup on. I want to see without your makeup on to see, is it worth dealing with it when you get on your cycle? Do I want to deal with you? How much worse are you going to look besides this? Because I'm not going to stop providing. I'm not going to stop making, 100 racks a year, whatever you want the guy to make. And so, you know what I'm saying, fellas?
This was a whole man that turned into a bad bitch. Pause. A whole bad bitch. Pause. Look how good this nigga looks as a bitch. And you don't want us to see you without makeup.
A Bristol Township woman who falsely accused a stranger of trying to kill and rape her is going to jail. Last April, 20-year-old Angela Urumova told police a man grabbed her in a parking lot, punched her, and tried to drag her into his truck. Police traced the man down and arrested him in front of his wife and kids. He spent a month in jail before detectives questioned Urumova about inconsistencies in her story. She then admitted she had never met him, and he never touched her. Urumova will spend at least a month and a half in jail for the false claims.
A month and a half?
China has entered the era of dark factories.
Who has? God. China.
Dark factory. It's a fully automated factories with no workers and no lights.
Because they don't need them because they're robots.
And the factories run 24/7 in the dark.
Dude, imagine we're just walking in there, pitch dark, and you just hear all the noise.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Look at your...
Whoa.
Are these cars?
Those are robots.
No, what are they making?
Isn't that crazy though? It's super creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that, man.
It's very Matrix feeling.
It's kind of cool though when they're doing the zapping and you can.
Okay, I see people in the comments saying I'm not a member. I see all the laughs and everything like that. If you're not a member, that's fine. You can always donate to the Cash App. I think it's at Gypsievibe. You could always say, you know what? Let me just give him a little something in the PayPal. You don't have to. If you just feel the need, if you feel like this is a good feeling, because who doesn't like to laugh? And keep in mind, your favorite creepy talker, he or she is not funny, nor have they ever infused comedy into their creepy stuff. They are doing it all of a sudden now. I came in the game doing that.
See it like a fireworks show.
That's all we care about at the end of the day.
So a lot of people have asked here, how about the other 5 moon landings? I mean, NASA went to the moon 6 times, right? So here they are. First was Apollo 12 in November 1969. Yep, the same year as the first. The astronauts were Charles Pete Conrad and Alan L. Bean. Is there footage? Yes, but limited. The official reason is that the camera was accidentally pointed at the sun and broke.
Who accidentally pointed the camera at this? Why do he still work at NASA? He should be fired. Y'all would have fired him. You would have put him you can't go to the moon no more, bro. Who did that? Who pointed the camera at I bet it was John. Was it John? John, get your ass from the office, man. You're never going to the moon again. That's just one scenario I believe that the powers that be would do. So stop the cap.
Early in the mission. Yes, you heard that correctly. Next was Apollo 14, January 1971. The astronauts were Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell. There is footage. It's the one where Shepard found time to hit golf balls on the moon. Next was Apollo 15. Date, July 1971. The astronauts were David Scott, James Irwin, and Alfred Worden. And the footage? This was the first mission with that lunar rover, which we have covered in detail in a previous video.
Shout out to Deji9. He became a member. Welcome to the club, bro. Now you get to see what I really think about these throws. You really... Watch out. Don't listen to this while your wife is around. Now you get to hear the type of knowledge my wife was throwing out. That is like, is uncensored. Watch out. Also, stay to the end. Got a little surprise. Just like a preview of what you're going to hear over there. Along with other stuff.
Video. Then there was Apollo 16 in April 1972. The astronauts were John Young, Charles Duke, and Thomas Mattingly.
People been telling me about Rumble. Oscar says, dog, you need Rumble. I'm going to look into it. If y'all will migrate over to Rumble, I'll start a Rumble. I need to see how Rumble pays. That's for number one. For two, I need to see, could I be Adonis over there? Because I be stopping myself from saying a lot of stuff, my ninja. See, I was just about to say something then. Let me look into it. I'm not going to say me gonna do it. Me gonna check. Me gonna look and see what movie that come from. What classic hip-hop movie does it do? Me not gonna say me gonna do it. Me gonna see.
And the footage? Oh, there's lots to go and look over. Jumping around, more moon driving, and so on. And finally, Apollo 17 in December 1972. The astronauts were Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt. Again, there is an abundance of footage, such as this, convincing craft leaving the moon and other such events. And they destroyed the technology from these trips, and nobody has been there since. Now you have the info. You can go watch all this footage on YouTube and make your own mind up.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Great choice of words, and I completely agree with you. While on this topic, as well as chicken, what does Raising Cane's make you think about? I always found this name odd, and it's apparently named after a Labrador named Cain. Then why not Raising Cain? And my belief is that it's plural because the raising is to whoever's consuming it. And Cain's, I believe, is short for Canaanites. Because we see a lot of Canaanite symbolism, such as Baal or Moloch, both worshipped by powerful and influential people around the world. And the CEO of Raising Cane's, who's a billionaire, would be at that table. Now, I could be wrong. I'm simply sharing what I've always personally thought when I've seen this sign, and I fully believe that that was the intent. And of course the logo consists of red and yellow. And is this apparently a chicken finger?
KFC. You gotta be kidding me. Crispy Berry. Taste it today. The brand new taste of KFC. Wow, strawberry chicken. What the? KFC got strawberry chicken now, guys. You can't make this up. Now, I'm used to a strawberry milkshake, strawberry shortcake, but strawberry chicken? This is different. Clearly, KFC is not playing no games. They coming back. So you better go down there and try that strawberry chicken. I'm so curious to find out how it tastes. I ain't gonna front. I might go try it. Shh. Shut up! KFC is taking over. Nobody could top KFC. Strawberry chicken? Come on, bro. It's not a game out here. New taste alert. Who's gonna taste it? Are you? Because I am. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just letting everybody know that.
I am not. I am not gonna taste that. Perfectly imperfect. I was laughing at his throw up emoji. Yeah, it does look disgusting. It don't look. To me, it looks like one step from watermelon chicken. Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. Ooh, watermelon chicken? Whew, boy. Oh, man, I don't... Sorry about that one. Made myself hungry a little bit just then. Oh, boy. Watermelon chicken. Oh, wee. I'm starting to salivate.
KFC now has strawberry chicken. Wow. Strawberry to be exact. I don't know, guys. Are you gonna go try this? Let me know. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is, I'm going there today to try this out. KFC, you're the best at making chicken. I gotta go.
You think you're choosing, but the outcome was already decided. They call it freedom, free market, free will, free to choose. But how free is a choice if every...
Don Corleone, one of my guys, he said, true story. Funny AF. They're trying to cover up the human taste with the strawberry flavor. Ah! Oh, boy. Why did I read that? Gross. Thanks, Don, for that. Thanks.
Option leads to the same master.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is, I'm going there today to try this out. KFC, you're the best at making chicken. I gotta go.
You think you're choosing, but the outcome was already decided. They call it freedom, free market, free will, free to choose. But how free is a choice if every option leads to the same master? You switch banks, but they all answer to the Fed. You change brands, but they all trace back to 3 corporations. You vote red or blue, but the lobbyists stay the same. This isn't freedom, it's containment, a controlled simulation, a rigged maze designed to keep you running in circles while they siphon your energy, your data, your dollars. There are over 300,000 products on store shelves, but over 70% are owned by fewer than 10 companies. There are thousands of media outlets, but 6 corporations own 90% of what you read, watch, and hear. Your politicians are all backed by the same donors, funded by the same PACs, bought by the same billionaires. You were never meant to win. They hand you a remote, give you hundreds of channels, but none of them tell the truth. They give you apps, but all of them watch you. They give you laws, but none protect you. They give you elections, but never power. They don't care what you choose, only that you keep choosing. Keep believing the next option will be different. That's how they control you. You were never meant to rebel, only to believe that rebellion was possible.
Jordan Peele is making a psychological horror thriller movie that surrounds the world of football and the NFL for his next project, and the movie is titled Him. I think this shit is genius and people are going to go crazy over the plot. The movie follows a college quarterback that gets the chance to train with his idol, but his idol takes him down this path to a sinister world to see just how much he's willing to sacrifice for fame. Fuck yes, dude. The young up-and-coming quarterback is being played by emerging horror icon Tyreek Withers, which is awesome, right? He's a great cast for this. But the veteran quarterback that we're going to be following that's going to take him down this deep, dark path is Marlon Wayans. I am locked in, brother. This movie is about the NFL. It's about what will you sacrifice to get better at your craft. So you have to be believable as a quarterback. So what did Jordan Peele do? He went out there and got Jordan Palmer, who was an NFL quarterback, and now he's more of a social media guru and a coach. I watched a video of Jordan Palmer explaining how he helped train and prep these 2 actors to make them feel believable and move and think like NFL quarterbacks. We've seen a lot of movies and a lot of actors royally fuck up trying to throw a football and trying to make it look believable, but it looks horrendous. So let's hope Jordan Palmer works some magic and we don't get some shit like this again. The younger QB agrees to go train with the dynasty quarterback on this crazy compound that's isolated in the middle of nowhere. People were shown a trailer at CinemaCon and they said it is heavily implied that we're going to get into some crazy satanic shit. They said there was a lot of goat imagery, there was some people drenched in blood and some temptation shit. Social media is going to love this movie, dude. People always joke online that these big time players are sacrificing shit underneath their stadiums to get the refs on their side. You even see people say, like, what type of devil worshipping are they doing in order to play well into their 40s? How are they still this good? It makes no sense. I mean, this is the guy who did Nope, Us, and Get Out. What else could you ever want? I can't wait to see the memes and shit that come from this movie. Bro, it drops on September 19th, right at the start of the NFL season. Jordan Peele knows what he's doing, man. I'm gonna be there day 1, I promise you.
There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best dates, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun. But I did not feel emotionally connected. And it wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just something lacking. And instead of being like, oh, but he's so nice, he's such a nice guy, he treats me so nice, he has money, you know, I don't have to worry about anything with him. Like, as a friend, we could be friends all day, but I just wasn't feeling it.
Now, the caption says, he was the whole package, yet still not enough for her. Now, can you explain why that is?
Because he was paying her too much attention for free. She didn't have to earn his attention. He was just showering her with it.
It don't have anything to do with her knowing that another girl would take him from her?
No. This is why I be telling dudes, don't, oh my God, don't be going overboard with a chick who you're not gonna sustain that with. If you're not the kind of guy who throughout your whole entire relationship, you're gonna be taking me to carnivals, taking me on trips, spending all this money on me, then don't even start. Because when that starts to like slide down, you know, slack off a little bit, she's gonna get mad bored with you and be like, this guy is not giving me the level of attention that I had.
But that's not what this girl was talking about. It sounds like this is a totally... No, it's not,
but it's connected to that. Because that same guy, if he had ran into a girl who was just eating up all the attention he was giving to her, then eventually she would leave off because he can't sustain that for a whole entire relationship. So you already off to the wrong start. Like, why are you doing that for this lady? What did she do to deserve it? So that's for one. For two, that's the guy's mistake. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the girl's end of it, this particular lady is like many other women. I didn't do anything to earn all of this. Why are you just giving it to me for nothing? What did I do? Did I ask you to take me on all of these trips? No.
I don't know that she's even saying he took her on. I mean, I know there's girl speak, and guys don't really understand girl speak.
You taking me all these places. You got money. Like, he's trying to shower her with attention by buying her things.
Let me just play it again just to make sure.
There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best dates, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun.
He was nice, cute, and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Those.
You hear her continually saying the word dates, plural?
Mm-hmm. So she went on many dates.
Dates are not free.
And she
he
said,
wasn't paying for those dates.
And she said every date was fun.
How do you have a fun date if you're not spending money? Most of these guys don't know how to have a fun date without spending money. In their minds, a fun date means you're spending money. We're going somewhere that's expensive. I'm showing you all the things that you could have in your life. If you just mess with me, girl, stick with me, girl, picking you up in my car. You're spending all the money as the guy to go and have all these so-called fun dates with me. You're buying all the food. If I had to spend $1, I wouldn't. That automatically makes the date not fun.
But I did not feel emotionally connected. It wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just something lacking. And instead of being like, oh, but he's so nice, he's such a nice guy, he treats me so nice, he has money, you know, I don't have to worry about anything with him. Like, as a friend, we could be friends all day, but I just wasn't feeling it. There was one.
Why is she willing to be friends with him all day, but at the same time she's not? Let me finish. She's not emotionally connected to him. Aren't you emotionally connected to your friends? For example, my friend Spliff. I'm emotionally connected to him. I love him. Not in that type of way. Like, it would hurt me if something happened to him. If he was injured or he like broke his leg or he died. You know.
But this is the part us girls always leave out. As a friend, he ain't about to spend all this money on you to go have fun with you and just treat you to a bunch of nice things. He's not doing that for his friends. He's doing that for a woman who he's trying to date. Oops.
Well, not in that way. Although, I mean, my friend is from Brooklyn and spread love is the Brooklyn way. So we have gone out and he just was like drinks on me. In that kind of way. He ain't opening the door for me. And
that's not the same thing.
Okay.
I'm saying if you were a female friend, he ain't doing all of that for you unless he's trying to get in your panties.
Nah.
So,
because we've had female friends that we didn't do nothing like that for. So this is why these delusional women think they can keep these dudes around as friends. They just try to friend zone them. Nah, he don't want to be your friend, dum-dum. He's trying to be your man. But the problem is, you as the woman, you start cringing when a guy is overly being nice to you and you did not earn it. This is why you can't be paying her so much attention, because she doesn't respect it. Sorry, unless she earned it. When I say she earned it, I'm saying you can't just easily give her attention. You gotta like make her try to get your attention. You feel me? And how does a guy go about
ignoring
doing
her? It's just that simple. Just ignoring her. When she call you, you're not available. When she say, oh, we should go to X, Y, and Z place, you say, yeah, let's bring along a couple of my friends. You don't go there alone with her. You see what I'm saying? You're making it difficult for her to access you alone in a romantic way, and that's going to make her want to chase you down, because what is his problem? He don't see that I'm here? Like, he don't notice me? What's his deal? Don't keep giving her all these compliments. Oh, you look so gorgeous. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever... Shut up. No, I'm not. Don't say that to her. For what? Why? Why do you need to say that to her for? You think she don't know? When she slapped on all these fake eyelashes on her face, glued hair into her head, she don't know that she look fly? Of course she knows. She got eyes. She made sure she looked fly first she ever laid eyes on you. So of course she knows this. You don't need to tell her that. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, here's the funny thing about us. You thought that all the stuff you said, you thought I knew that because I already just wasn't doing that. And I had to explain to you, like, nah, I was just oblivious to that. I didn't know.
It's not that you're treating her mean that you don't do that. And this is where a lot of, like, discrepancies happen, because women will talk like, I want to be treated like a princess. I want you to have eyes only for me. We talk like this. But when we experience it, we cringe. Our skin starts to crawl when people treat us this way. You understand what I'm saying? No, I don't want you to do all. My daddy can do that. My daddy can say, wow, you look beautiful today. Well, where you going looking like that? Girl, you better stop for somebody to kidnap you. Your daddy can say that to you.
But a guy who you know, first of all, women look at most guys like potentially you're trying to get in my pants.
Exactly.
That being said, so for a girl who looks at you like you're potentially trying to get in her pants, don't say nothing like that
to her, because obviously if you're trying to sleep with me, then you must think I'm attractive. So I don't need you to sit here and keep continually telling me.
And that's the first part guys gotta understand. If you're trying to sleep with her, the woman already interprets that as, well, he must think I'm attractive because he's trying to sleep with me. That kind of, I don't want to say it trump, because women think every guy is trying to sleep with them, don't they?
So that's why I'm saying you should not be doing what every guy who's trying to sleep with me would stereotypically do, which is shower me with nice, sweet, kind gestures, and then you think I'm going to reciprocate that back and want to love you. Like, that's not how it works for us women. What we like is for a man to treat us like a human, not like some object on a freaking pedestal, because I can't wear your halo. I don't know when I'm going to be having a bad day and I'm not going to look like this that day. Then what? You're going to run away to the girl next door who always looks fly?
Explain to guys what I can't wear your halo.
Women cannot
Wait. Beyonce has a song called I Can See Your Halo. Your halo, your halo. We as guys think that means something else. But women who speak, girls speak, know that means something else.
I don't know the lyrics of that song, so I can't comment on her song. But what I'm saying is, it's too much pressure for me to be your angelic sunshine. Like, I can't do that, sir. I be having bad days. I be tired. I'm just a person. I'm weaker than you, actually. Physically speaking, I'm weaker than you. Emotionally, I'm weaker than you. I have more triggers than you have. I don't have as high of a tolerance for putting up with these weirdos at my job every goddamn day.
The girl, I don't have as high of a tolerance to deal with my triggers. So when I get triggered, I am just going to fly off the handle.
I might just blow up for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? When I catch me an attitude, sometimes I don't even know why I have an attitude. I just got one today. I just woke up with an attitude. And I can't be pressed to be talking like a ladylike little dainty, sweet darling 24 hours a day.
And for guys, that's the halo. The woman basically acting like what society says women should act like. Never fart, never raise her voice, only if it's another woman around.
Yeah, they shove us into this like box of socially acceptable behaviors and thoughts, and as a woman, that's a lot of pressure for us. So when we run into men who put us on this pedestal of, oh, you're this angelic, beautiful goddess of life and serenity, and we're like, shut up. Like, get the fuck away from me.
Now, with Beyonce's lyrics, I'm assuming, because women, they're not really far-sighted. When Beyonce says, I can see your halo, I think she's saying you're this good guy. And I think that's a problem for a lot of girls, because I can't wear your halo. If you're a good guy, some angelic dude, I'm going to mess up as a woman. You just don't know when or where I'm going to mess up at. I know that's going to happen because I know myself. And that's further why I can't wear your halo. So me and you can be friends, because I can fart around my guy friend or whatever and joke about it. But I can't pass wind around a guy who sees me as some angelic creature. So men should never be talking to women, not a woman you want to sleep with, and you haven't slept with her, you don't know her. You can treat your wife like she's an angelic creature because you've gotten to know her. You're not treating some girl you just don't know off the street like she's some angelic creature.
So when I tell men to just ignore the lady, they don't understand what I mean. They think I'm saying be mean to her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
treat her like your fat little sister.
Yeah, just be neutral. Just be normal. Just be regular with her like you would. Treat her like you would treat a man, honestly. Because then she has to earn your respect. She has to earn your attention. She has to show you she's more than just boobs and ass.
Let me just throw this in there. This is why girls don't like it when guys call them bro. Girls don't like that. This is something like these younger girls, these millennial girls, they don't like that. I've been seeing a lot of TikTok trends where girls say, I hate when a dude calls me bro. Like, why are you calling me? Like, seriously? And they never explain it. But this must be why. Because you're not treating them like some princess. You're treating her like a man.
She hates